What's good? Welcome to Theo's Tailgate. As always, I appreciate anyone tuning in or just supporting in general. College football is back, so in honor of that, this 19th episode is going to feature a guy who just kicked off his season. Trent Holler is the starting center up in Memphis. They're coming off a 40-point victory over North Alabama last week. He's also another local guy from the Latrobe area, where he was a 3-star recruit. Originally went on to Eastern Carolina University, transferred to Marshall, where he's played these past 2 seasons at both center and guard, before entering the portal again and landing in Memphis, Tennessee with the Tigers. And as far as the jerseys go for this episode, I didn't really have anything Memphis related. I didn't even have an O-line jersey, sadly. I kind of just realized that. So I threw up the orange Justin Fields, just because he's from Latrobe and Latrobe was orange. They both kind of look shitty, a little wrinkly. I don't know why. Well, I do know why, but. And then we got Bo Nix back there. Green kind of goes with Marshall. But let's jump into this 19th episode with Trent, though.
Back and move to the left. Give goes to Labor right up the middle. Touchdown, Marshall.
Like they have. Awfully impressive by Marshall. Some different looks.
All right, so we got Trent on here. Just wrapped up the first week, beating North Alabama 40-0. How was it your first time out there as a Tiger?
Man, it felt great. Transferring here in January, came off a labrum surgery, so didn't really do spring. We've worked since June. Camp went good, so it was just good to see the things that that we've really practiced on that came out and showed in the win versus Northern Alabama.
Bouncing back from that labrum surgery, how are you feeling physically after week 1?
I feel good, man. I had great trainers down here. The surgeon staff did a good job. It feels 100%. I don't play with a brace or anything, but I've gotten it, pretty good in my right one where, it feels pretty good still.
Wrapping up your first game in the stadium and that atmosphere and whatnot, how would you describe the fans? Do they get after it a little bit?
Oh yeah. The thing, we do a little Tiger walk, and they said that it was probably the most packed that it has been in a couple of years. That's just coming off of game 1. So I can't imagine what it would be like, if we're 5-0, whatever, 8-0. The fans, they show out though. They were excited for us, and a lot of them even stayed to the end of the game, which sometimes a lot of people leave because it's a blowout. But the fans are great.
Hey, you guys went 10-3 last season, winning the AutoZone Liberty Bowl against Iowa State. You were the preseason selection to win the conference. Is that obviously a goal of your guys?
That's would be an overall goal for the end of the season. Obviously, wanting to get that last spot that's in the college football playoffs. But we really try to hone it in and tell it don't take the poison. There's a lot of articles and everything getting rid of on how good you guys are, how good you can be, who you should be. But at the end of the day, I think our group has done a good job of really just letting that be an article and really just working on ourselves to see how good our team can be. And then, if it happens, then we get put in that place to succeed, and then that's what we work for.
You guys averaged over 150 rushing yards last year per game. Last week against North Alabama, didn't hit 150, but still ran the ball solidly. Tell us a little bit about who else is up front with you.
It's our left tackle, Chris Adams. He's a transfer from ODU. Our left guard, he was here last year. He was a transfer from LSU, Xavier Hill. I'm in at the center point. Right guard, Jonah Gamble. Is going to be, I think, his 4th year starting. He's been here all 5 years. He's a dog. Both inside guys, they're dogs, man. It's good work with them. And then our right tackle, Keijo Lewis, I think he has started for 3 years at ULM, and he had just transferred here. So the left tackle, me, and the right tackle are all transfers. Came in January.
And in the past, you've been seen on a couple different positions on the offensive line, mainly center and guard. You started center last week. Is that obviously where we can expect to see you for the Tigers?
That's where I've been, since I've got here. I think our offensive line, we're pretty good in our position. So I would say, if I keep doing the job, I'll mess up too much.
And with history of playing both, do you prefer one over the other?
I enjoy center. I think especially if I get a shot at the next level, it would definitely be for center. I mean, I'm 6'2" on the dot. You know, a lot of NFL centers and tackles, you know, they're upwards of like 6'4". But I like the mechanics of center. It fits best for me.
Entering the portal last season after 2 with Marshall, was choosing to come down to Memphis, Tennessee an easy decision for you?
You know, the portal's a stressful place. Doesn't matter if you're our first year or if you're a graduate transfer like me. You know, there's always that thought of, you know, guys getting left in the portal and they don't have anywhere to go. So, like, obviously, you think you're going to get picked up places. So I'm in that part. It's stressful, but narrowing the decisions down. You know, you have your certain checklist. Most guys do, and you just pretty much try to, you know, whoever has that checklist the most is probably where you want to end up.
And your football journey has taken you to numerous universities, playing at Eastern Carolina, Marshall, and now Memphis. Would you say that's something you're grateful for?
Most definitely. You know, you learn things and be the way you are from every single place, and you take things from every single city and every state. So I'm thankful to be here at all three. You know, it's been a journey. You know, I've been really thankful for it.
And now that you're getting into your second semester up there at Memphis, how are you adjusting to the area? You like it up there?
Yeah, it's pretty good. I had a bad experience my first week. You know, car got broken into. Yeah, but other than that, you know, it's been pretty good. You know, all the people here are nice. There's good food, so you can't complain too much.
And I know you mentioned earlier that you're taking it game by game, but you guys have a little bit of a tough schedule coming up here. You got Florida State, Tulane, and some other programs that are well known. Is there maybe a game that you're really looking forward to or got eyed up this year?
I mean, from the beginning of the season, we all kind of told each other and everybody on the team, like, we do have a tough schedule this year for us to do what we want to do. Like I said earlier, like, you really just got to take it game for game. Like, yeah, you have a couple games are a little bit more exciting than others, you feel like, but I mean, it really is just week to week and just worrying about that opponent that you have that week, because you can't look, you know, too far, and it will never be as high as the highs and the lows as the lows. So you really just have to focus on your opponent that week.
And you guys are starting out conference play this week against Troy, but walk me through a little bit about what a pregame routine looks like for you, whether you're praying, listening to music, watching somebody's highlights, whatever the case may be.
Yeah, so we'll get from the hotel to the Tiger Walk. We'll do the Tiger Walk, and then afterwards we'll go out as an O-line on the field, and we'll walk one lap around the field. We'll stretch. We'll do some footwork. Then I go in and usually start getting ready right away. I'm a guy that I like to be, you know, dressed and ready to go. Get taped and all that. Then centers go out, you know, do all the deal out there, and then whenever I come back in, you know, I actually watch. I'm a big Star Wars fan, so I watched the battle between Obi-Wan and Anakin on Mustafar when he cuts off his arm and his leg. I watch that before every single game. You know, it just gets me going.
You recently posted a video on Instagram of you being baptized. Would you say your faith is something that you take seriously?
Yes, sir. I got baptized in April. You know, it's something big for me. My family, I grew up in church and kind of just wanted to rededicate, you know, my life publicly. You know, I felt like I got put in Memphis for a reason. God put me in Memphis for a reason. You know, and it's felt the best down here, you know, around everything and even spiritually. So, yeah, it was really exciting. It was probably one of the best moments of my life.
And then being a versatile offensive lineman, what would you say may be the strongest part of your game, whether it's like strength, awareness, physicality?
I probably would say it's strength. You know, certain guys, you know, even my height, you got a little less, you know, attributes than other guys that are 6'8" with, you know, 7-foot wingspans. You know, I'm 6'2". You know, that's not too long. So you have to learn how to play to your dimensions. So my forearms, you know, being really strong. So, you know, keep the hands inside. You know, just hold on. You know, so that's kind of what I've adapted to my game. And then also I feel like I get on linebackers pretty good, getting up to the second level fast and making them make a decision.
Can we get a rough estimate on your max bench, maybe?
At Marshall, I had ended up hitting 445.
Gee, with the first week of classes just wrapping up here, how are you as a student, bro? You take academics pretty seriously?
I'm a graduate transfer, but I'm not taking any master classes, so I'm kind of taking some online classes that are a little easier. Kind of just worrying about football, but also being a student athlete. It's not any classes. I'm taking a football class right now, and then a leisure and recreation class. Kind of just figuring out how stuff works. So, I'll take some stuff from them, but I'm not in master classes right now.
And how far is the trip from Latrobe up to Memphis for you?
It's about 13 hours and 20 minutes. So it's definitely the farthest I've been. I usually make it a 2-day drive out. If I'm coming from my house to here, I stop in Kentucky, kind of halfway. And then if I'm coming from Memphis back to my house in Latrobe, I'll drive about 8-ish hours, a little over 8, and stay at my friend's house up in Marshall. Still got good connections there. So I stay there for one night, stay there on the couch and leave early in the morning and then do the rest of the drive the next morning.
And do you have anyone else from the Pittsburgh area up there on the squad with you?
Not from Pittsburgh, but we got one other from Pennsylvania, a wide receiver from Philly. So, we be in the locker room walking past each other and we're like, "What up, PA?" That's what we call each other every single day.
Have you played with anyone from Pittsburgh throughout your collegiate career at Eastern Carolina or Marshall?
East Carolina, played with Boogie, Robert Kennedy. He was just preseason on the Chargers. He was at Lackawanna, then ECU, ODU, then had a really good year at NC State. I can't remember anybody else that sticks out.
Being from Pittsburgh, are you yourself a Steeler fan?
Oh yeah, I wouldn't say diehard like some of these people, but we're up there. Go to a couple games, so that's the team. Root for the hometown team.
How excited are you for the year? You think Justin Fields or Russell Wilson at QB1?
I like Russ, but I kind of want to see Justin Fields. I just feel like he can do a little bit more, and I feel like the Steelers they need to find out something. But I like both quarterbacks. Russell's always been good. Seahawks. Denver's paying him a bag. And Fields is a good quarterback, so he's got a good arm. You saw that late a little bit with the Bears.
And do you have a favorite NFL player?
It's kind of weird at my age now because a decent amount of players that I've played with or know are in the NFL. So you're kind of getting to that age where you can be in the NFL. My boy is over there winning the Super Bowl. My other one's making 53-man roster. So that's weird. I wouldn't say I have a favorite, but I definitely got some good friends on teams. But obviously a good answer that I think any center should say would definitely be Jason Kelsey. But he retired after this last year.
Follow any other sports besides football?
I watch the Buccos. They're not too good. I watch a lot of Paul Skeens when he pitches. Gone to a game whenever I was home back in May. I watch the Penguins too. I watch the Penguins a lot. Bucks is when Paul Skeens pitching usually. But other than that, I don't watch NBA unless it's the playoff time. Then I watch NBA. They don't play defense during the season, so I feel like there's no point in watching.
Seeing the Bucks kind of just decline after the All-Star break kind of sucked.
It's awful. I just saw a tweet the other day the percentage of them making the playoffs was this percentage, and then it went the whole way down to 0.07 after All-Star break. So that's awful.
I know. We were chilling in second, right behind the Brewers, and then now I think we're in dead last.
Ain't it? It's awful.
And then we talked about you getting adjusted up there to Memphis. Do you have a favorite food spot up there yet, maybe?
I like this little place. It's called the Trap Kitchen. It is I get these loaded fries, tenders, and a burger, and it is. Well, I ain't looking at me right now because he heard the Trap Kitchen. Shut up. But it's probably my favorite spot. It's pretty good.
Yeah, that sounds fire. And can you cook yourself?
Yeah, I'm about to whip up some pasta tonight. Right after this interview, so I'm about to get down whipping it soon.
So, what are you gonna be bringing to the tailgate then?
Ooh. My brother likes to smoke meat, so I'd probably go on that route if I ever got to, because I've never experienced a tailgate. I've always been playing, so if I'm going to the tailgate, I'll probably smoke some meat for it.
For sure, Trent. Appreciate you hopping on with me, bro.
Yeah, I appreciate you, man. Thank you.
First and goal from the 5. Between the tackles, a walk-in touchdown. Greg DeWosier